Sun, Moon, Rising. I've got your June 2025 reading coming up here in just a moment. If you're already a YouTube subscriber, welcome back. Thank you all for your continued love and support. I greatly appreciate you. If you are brand new, my name's Cody. I am your Conscious Soul Reader. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for your curiosity. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. This will alert you every time I go live and post content. If you go all the way to the bottom of that link tree, it'll show you all the other platforms where I do exactly that. Make sure you're following me if you recognize any of those. Also in that link tree, it'll take you to my website where I'm booking personal private readings. Also offering mentorships. Everything is there. If you have any questions, reach out. Let me know. We're going to pull all the cards first. That will be sped up to save time. And then we will look at week by week. The reading will be done after all the cards are on the table. Here we go. I am now a paid partner. If you like those extra detailed readings, you may want to consider getting a membership. The love readings, the money readings, extra details are going to all be for members only moving forward. All right, here we go. Week number 1. 3 cups. Week number 2. Page of Pentacles. Week number 3. 10 of Cups. Week number 4. 10 of Pentacles. Devil. 6 of Cups. 10 of Wands. Magician. 8 of Swords. King of Swords. What else? 8 of Swords. Week number 1. 5 of Pentacles. 2 of Wands. Week number 2. 10 of Wands. 3 of Swords. Week number 3. 9 of Cups. Queen of Swords. Week number 4. 7 of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. 3 of Wands. Queen of Cups. 9 of Wands. 5 of Cups. 5 of Swords. Goodness. Oh, Prince of Swords. What else Taurus needs to know? Week number 1. 2 of Cups. Ace of Coins. Week number 2. 8 of Swords. 5 of Cups. Week number 3. Chariot card. 7 of Swords. Week number 4. 4 coins. And the Devil. Goodness. Page of Wands. King of Swords. Knight of Wands. 4 of Wands. Star card. Lovers. 9 of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. 10 of Swords. Death. So Taurus, I'm getting here that you guys are going through some major betrayal somewhere, somehow. It's either in your relationship. It's in your workplace. This could be both. It could be something happening in your friend group. I almost feel like if you're friends with people at your job, this is what's posing a problem. It feels like people are maybe taking advantage of your kindness. Maybe people are asking too much of you. If this is a relationship, if you've just started, we've got the 2 of Cups and the 2 of Wands. I don't think you are their only person. The 2 of Wands is the grass is greener. We've got the 3 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Coins. Interesting, I've got 1, 2, 3. There's 2 2s, which equal 4, that are 5. It's like this is attempting to get going, but there's just not enough momentum to make this last. I think some of you may still try to see if there is something worth salvaging here, but it ultimately feels like you end up getting away from this, departing. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles shows that you're pretty solid no matter what. The Queen of Swords is very unbothered. Very unbothered. Some of you even talk yourself into knowing that, you know, you may have dodged a bullet here. We've got the Devil coming out twice. I think some of you may be convincing yourself and helping you get over betrayal or something here about catching it early. So as long as you caught it early, you didn't get too far into something that would have been a very serious karmic lesson down the road. So the fact that you stood your ground, you held your boundaries up really strong, this is what helped you to be able to overcome. Many of you are configuring in the strategy about what you used in order to discover this. You may have happened upon some information. Some of you could have found some information here that helped you be very, very secure in letting this go. If this is a workplace thing, I'm almost feeling like some of you are going to start looking for another job. It's that serious. It almost feels like you've, crossed some sort of boundary by becoming friends. I used to say this to my ex-husband all the time. We ran a shop, a big aviation maintenance shop, and he kept thinking that his employees could be his friends. I kept telling him that that's not feasible. These are not your friends. They work for you. You're going to cross boundaries here, and they're going to start taking advantage of you. And they did. They absolutely did. That could be what's happening here. If you're in a management position, you could have become close with some of your coworkers or your employees as they were, because if you're just in a management position, then you have people that you have to answer to. So it's not like you can just have a lackadaisical work environment. You have to uphold the rules. No matter who's back chatting, no matter what the repercussions are here. So some of you are standing your ground when it comes to a workplace situation. You might be considering on how to see if somebody wouldn't mind looking for employment somewhere else. Maybe you could start to, this also happened with another place. So they started pushing all of these arbitrary rules. There was a lot that they were asking of me, and then they would suddenly have the whole thing disappear and nobody else had to do it, but they made me go. Things like that. And then they started implementing these crazy rules, and then they had mandatory monthly meetings where we have to go to these restaurants, and it's just a bother. And anyway, it became annoying. It was a great place to work, but it became annoying. Demands on my free time that seemed to be a little bit intrusive, I thought. With the 10 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 8 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, it's almost as if you're feeling like there's a lot of pressure unnecessarily being put on you here. Many of you could be trying to figure out how to voice your needs, get your needs met. You could be getting a lot of kickback. It may be too late. If you've already formed the bonds of friendship, people may not take you very seriously. We've got the Page of Pentacles out here. Some of you by the third week have to start playing a little hardball, and you may come across pretty negatively to everybody because of the boundaries that you're having to push yourself through here in order to get results at a workplace. Because we're not here for fun and games. They don't call it vacation. They don't call it play. They call it work. It's called work for a reason. There's an exchange of effort for money. Effort, not time, not just time, effort. Okay. If this is a relationship and you have found out early on that something's happened, many of you are putting them in a box and you're just saying they are a horrible, toxic person. You could be standing 10 toes down on that. We got 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. You've made your mind up here, Queen of Swords. The Chariot, the 9 of Cups says you're emotionally guarded and protected. Many of you are using this as a strategy to be able to help you just kind of put this in your rearview mirror and not have to look back on something like this. The fact that somebody had your time like this, they had your mind like this, they took advantage of your kindness, of your effort, of your availability. Somebody took advantage here of what your genuine offer was, and you have no problem playing a little hardball. I feel like almost by the fourth week, you may have a little bit of revenge coming. 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands feels a little bit like revenge with the Wheel of Fortune about things turning in your favor. Maybe you seize some kind of an opportunity to level the playing field. Others of you are just using this mental image of this whole situation to help you close this cycle. This is a karmic lesson here. 10s are about completion. This is a very optimistic outlook with your head over your heart. This is a very no-nonsense, logical way of looking at things. The 7 of Swords, yes, is about lying, but it's also about strategizing. getting away with something, going through an experience and not having to sit in your heartbreak very long is getting away with conquering and overcoming this successfully, with your strategy being to paint them as your own experience. People often want to be portrayed how they feel they are, but if your perception and your experience says a different thing, this is your story to tell. You can say it however you like. It's your experience. You can spend however much time talking about it, however you need to do to be able to process this and put it in its proper place. King of Swords, Knight of Wands, Four of Wands, the Star card, the Lovers, Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles and Nine of Cups are very independent. Three of Wands, Queen of Cups, Nine of Wands, Five of Cups, Five of Swords. Yep. This is a lot of confidence here. Oh boy, this is how you're getting over this. This is how you're carrying forward too, is your confidence. The Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, Nine of Wands. Others of you, if this is some third party, you're putting this person in their place, potentially telling them what you think about them. With the Magician, the Five of Cups, Four of Swords. This could kick off into a little bit of an argument. We've got the King of Swords and the Six of Swords, where you ultimately, again, end up just doing the work to get over this, or to find another place of employment, or to correct the perception with a more clear image here about speaking your truth, giving clarity over people's misconceptions. Three of Cups, Nine of Coins, Six of Swords, moving forward in a very opportunistic outlook. Let's get an outcome. Okay, real quick, we have Gemini, Cancer, strong Capricorn. That's it. It doesn't have to be those signs, but it could be who you're dealing with, or you could have those placements in your chart. Also, it is just that energy. If you are familiar with astrology, do note that possibility. Let's get an outcome. Okay, Knight of Wands reversed. You're dealing with somebody who is very, very, very insecure. Very attention-seeking. Page of Cups. I think you're going to have to put a lot of thought into whether or not you're going to give this person another chance, or whether or not you can go forward with this person. Many of you have lost your confidence in your ability to create with somebody else. Again, we have 8 and 9. The Ace and the 8 is like this independence, because the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups are both independent. They just need the 1 to become the 10 for the totality of everybody. But this is still building up your independence here. Another 9. Yeah, your independence. And this is about self. There's the Nine of Cups. This is about self. Very protected, very guarded. Many of you are just pulling back from this whole experience. Some of you may pull back from it altogether. I think you're good with this as far as this new way of thinking. It's almost as if this is your new idea about wanting to commit to just being alone, to just going it alone. If something organically aligns, that's great, but you're not going to force the issue. You're absolutely not going to force the issue. Many of you are quite happy, independent, very, very happily independent here. If you're going it alone, if you're finding a new job, if you are leaving a dating situation, if you have found out about somebody fairly quickly. Some of you could be counting your blessings and just using this as your answer, basically, to, you know, should I put myself out there? And I feel like the first experience out, or the first couple of experiences out, were horrific. So you said, nope, that's not it. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm okay. I think the first sign of something very dynamic sends you quickly back to the old drawing board here and just, you know what? Scratch all that. I don't know if I'm ready. Never mind. Indeed. All right, we've got Virgo, Capricorn, and we can count Aquarius. It's there. We looked at it. It's there. Many of you are just trusting that this is kind of a sign. You're taking this as a sign to pull back, to go in a different direction, to use your valuable energy where it's more well served, where it's better served. All right, let's close you out with some oracle. Compassion. That's so Taurus. Every Taurus I've ever met has this big, genuine, gentle heart. They want the best. And it's for your greater, higher good. It's just like having your dad come in, though, and want, you know, you to do your chores, contribute, help around, you know, and it's not fun. Be kinder to yourself. Give yourself a break. Instead of being the taskmaster, the bully, and the horrible friend, be a loving comforter who always has your back. That's the thing about Taurus. It takes a lot to push them to that bully stage. You don't like it there. You're not comfortable there. You don't want to be the one carrying all the workload. Be compassionate to yourself. Everyone around you is only going to meet you at the level to which you are respecting and loving yourself. It's all starting with you, okay? Set the example and set the tone for how you are expected to be treated. Stop dimming your own light. Time for you to come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar. And lastly, we've got you being asked to make a choice. You've been struggling with this choice. It's time to decide which path you're going to take. Listen to your intuition. Eliminate everyone else's input and feel your way to the choice that's right for you. The time is now. Feel your way. Intuition, sometimes we get really confused about this. If you're not a practicing energy worker or a light worker like myself, where you attune, you practice with it, you do exercises, you take classes, you meditate every single day. So I trust my intuition emphatically because of my discipline and the type of efforts I put into it. Now, if you're not trusting your intuition because you're too much in your head, or you can't really trust what's being said around you, feelings, that vibrational alignment, whatever you're feeling inside, when you are raw in true form, this is your most pure vibration. So when you have that feeling that's telling you something feels bad or something feels awesome, or it feels like it is already draining you just thinking about it, maybe that's not for you. Or if you get excited about it and you can already start to envision what it's going to be when the outcome happens, maybe that is for you, okay? Lean into those feelings. Trust your intuition. Open up your heart to another, let down your walls, and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways when you decide. Yeah, when you're ready to open up. It's important to, again, trust your feelings on that. You want to have that vibrational alignment from within to make sure that it feels safe to do so. Got you being asked to break free. The tribe is keeping you from living your authentic life. There it is again. It's not easy to break free from everybody, but it's necessary to do so, to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you. That's the thing when people start talking to us about their preferences, their feelings, their hopes, their dreams. We can tend to lose sight of our own selves if we have way too many people around us contributing, negating our successes, putting lack mentality out there, helping us, think about the negative things versus being in our own mind and our own heart and our own soul to be able to create. I'm going to pull a few blocks for you real fast to close, y'all. What are some possible blocks? Unrealistic expectations. Begin to reconsider your expectations. Try to keep your focus on the areas inside your control. Exactly. Like your own actions and choices. Only thing we have control over is how we think, feel, and react. Everything else is just occurring. We need to be able to have control over ourselves so that we can take control over the situation. If your emotions take control, you've lost control. You could be wasting resources. You need to use them more effectively to open up new opportunities. Really tune into what's happening with your money. Check all of your apps to make sure you're not paying for unnecessary subscriptions. Some of you could be, stuck in some bad habits that are keeping your money going in other places. Maybe that's an open drain to your pocket. Just kind of comb through everything. Maybe you're getting some unnecessary charges somewhere, maybe some residual charges that you're not aware of. And a pessimistic attitude also. You have to become more aware of the trap that your language creates. Don't be so quick to look at the negative instead of thinking about all the possibilities that could come from a particular situation. Again, with that lack mentality that's blocking our optimism, our ability to focus on joy and gratitude. Many people will come through. People love misery. Misery loves company. So be very aware. Be very aware of some of this attitude you could be adopting. It's very easy too, because the world is kind of built that way. And believe it or not, negativity is addictive. It hits dopamine. Some of us get used to the trauma and the drama, so we go looking for it sometimes. So, all right, collective. I feel like that was your reading. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, you're going to want to consider getting a membership if you were liking those singles and connections readings. Also, the money readings are all going to be for members. They're very affordable, very, very affordable. $5, $3, $5, I think, and it gets you in. All right. If you need to book a personal reading, everything's going to be in the link tree in the description box of this video. All the way at the bottom of that link tree shows you all the other platforms where I go live and post content. If you recognize any of those, go ahead and give me a follow. Until next time, Taurus, all the health, wealth, and abundance you can stand. Y'all take care. Bye.